Biכורים, Perek Beis, Mishnah Aleph. The Mishnah starts by telling us various halachas that apply to Truma and Biכורים, which do not apply to Maaseh Sheni. And the Mishnah starts by telling us HaTruma v'HaBiכורים chayovim aleihem misa v'chomish. That for both Truma and Biכורים, a zar, a non-kohen, who eats Truma or eats Biכורים, is chayiv misa, that means misa b'dei shemayim. Truma is a mefurish pasuk in Parshas Emoi, and Biכורים we also learned from a pasuk that it's compared to Truma. Trumas Yodecha, the Torah calls it, and therefore we see that Biכורים has the same halachas in many instances as Truma. So the first halacha the Mishnah is telling us is that a zar who eats Truma b'mezid, he eats it on purpose, is chayiv misa b'dei shemayim. The Mishnah continues v'chomish, and a zar, a non-kohen, who eats Truma or Biכורים b'shoigeg, he eats it by accident, is chayiv not only to pay back the Truma and the Biכורים that he ate, but also has to add on another fifth in order to make compensation. Va'asurim lezorim, both Truma and Biכורים are also for a zar to eat. Now, the truth of the matter is, once the beginning of the Mishnah has told us that a zar who eats Truma or Biכורים is chayiv misa if it's b'mezid, or chomish if it's b'shoigeg, we don't need the Mishnah now to tell us that it's also lezorim. That's obvious. And the truth is that this is obvious and it is unnecessary. It's just there to contrast the differences between Truma and Biכורים, and Maaseh Sheni at the end of the Mishnah, which we will mention, is mutter for everybody to eat. The Mishnah continues, V'heim nichsei kohen. Truma and Biכורים are considered to be the nechosim of the kohen. That means that the kohen can use it and he can sell it. He can buy other things with the money. He can buy avodim. He can buy karka, says Bartanah. He can buy even behemoths timeus. It's his own personal property, as opposed to, for example, a kohen who eats kodshim. If he eats karbonos, it's a right to eat those karbonos, but the karbonos do not belong to him. He can't sell them. Va'oilin be'echad u'meah. If some truma falls into a mixture of truma and chulin, the truma is bottled, it's nullified, providing the mixture is at least 101 in total. That means 100 parts of chulin to 1 part of truma, then the mixture is nullified and even a zar, a non-kohen, could eat it. As opposed to normal food, which would only be bottled barov, you don't need as much as 100, you just need a majority. Ute'unin v'chitzas yodayim. You need to wash your hands before eating truma and before eating Biכורים. Chazal have told us that a person's hands have a din of a sheni l'tumah. We know that when it comes to tumah and tahara, there are various degrees in tumah. There's an av hatumah, which is the most strict form of a person who touches an avi, avois hatumah, which is the mace itself. And an av hatumah, which touches something else, that object becomes a rishon l'tumah. If the rishon touches something else, that becomes a sheni l'tumah. Normally, things can't go beyond a sheni l'tumah. There is an exception, however, for truma and for kodshim, which can become a shlishi l'tumah. And therefore, since Chazal have told us that our hands have a din of a sheni l'tumah, as soon as you touch truma or Biכורים with your unwashed hands, they become a shlishi l'tumah. The only way of getting rid of this status of being a sheni l'tumah is to rinse our hands, to have a chitzas yadayim or a netilas yadayim, or you can dip your hands in a mikveh. You don't need to dip your whole body in a mikveh. This is a derabbanan dikatumah, not a deraisa dikatumah. Just dipping them in a mikveh or an netilas yadayim is enough to take away the status of a sheni l'tumah that the hands have. V'herev shemesh, says the Mishnah. If a kohen is tomei and the kohen goes to the mikveh, he cannot yet start to eat truma and Biכורים until he has had herev shemesh. Herev shemesh means he has to wait for nightfall, he has to wait to tzeis hakachov until the stars come out, and only at that point do the last vestiges of his tumah depart, so that he can start eating truma and Biכורים once again. Hari elu b'truma, says the Mishnah, these are the halachas which apply to truma or Biכורים and to Biכורים, ma she'ein kain b'maaseh. But they do not apply to Maaseh, and here we are talking about Maaseh Sheni. Maaseh Sheni, as we know, the kohen, the farmer, separates firstly truma from his produce, then he separates Maaseh Rishon, which he gives to the Levi, and then he separates Maaseh Sheni, which he can take to Yerushalayim and eat it there. All of these halachas that we've mentioned now only apply to truma and Biכורים, but not to Maaseh Sheni. So a Maaseh Sheni can be eaten by a zar, therefore of course there's no misa, there's no chomish, and it's not also lezorim. We can't say it belongs to the owner either, like Truma belongs to the Kohen, because it doesn't. He can't just sell it, he has to eat it in Yerushalayim. It's not Olam Be'echad B'meya, it's not nullified in a mixture of 101, its bottle berov is sufficient in a majority. It doesn't need Rechitzas Yadayim, you don't have to wash your hands before you eat Maaseh Sheni, because Maaseh Sheni can become a Shlishi, and therefore your hands which are a Sheni, which touch a Maaseh Sheni, nothing happens to them. It doesn't need Her Shemesh. Somebody who's Tomei and who goes to the mikveh can eat Maaseh Sheni straight away. He does not have to wait till sundown. And therefore, these are the contrasting matters and halachas which apply to Truma and Bikurim, which do not apply to Maaseh Sheni. For Ad Kan.